I can never find a home. Just hold on, just hold on, just hold on, just hold on.
So before I start, I kind of have to give you a little bit of a backstory. I had always been pretty active growing up. Before all this happened, I was active in aerial arts. I did aerial silks. Cue the pictures here. And I loved it. I competed in it. I eventually ended up injuring my hip. So when that happened, I couldn't do silks for a while. During this time, I kind of progressively started gaining weight. I basically thought it was because I was injured and I couldn't move as much, and you know, it's to be expected. After my hips started feeling better and I felt like I needed to exercise to heal even more, I started going to the gym with my husband. And on top of also continuing to gain weight without really any, in my mind there was no explanation, I felt very sluggish. My body always felt heavy and so tired. I would take a nap every single day and I would wake up just as exhausted as when I would go to sleep. I felt nauseated. I would get so bloated after I ate. So over time it just kept getting worse and worse and my weight kept going up. So over time I knew something was wrong, so I ended up, going to a doctor, a couple doctors, and I ended up being diagnosed with PCOS. When I got diagnosed, my doctor put me on some medication, and kind of at this point I was feeling very hopeful, and I kind of just thought it would be easy going from here. And it didn't really turn out to be like that. This medication made me very nauseated. I would throw up at least one time a day. I talked to my doctor about it, and I guess that is normal. And he asked me if I could stick it out for 3 months, and usually after that it will all even out and I will be feeling better. I took this medication for 4 months and still I would throw up every day. My body was never feeling better. I was even more tired. I would have a hard time working. I never wanted to really leave the house because I felt so crappy and I felt so terrible in my own skin. So at this point I decided to scrap the medication and the drugs and try to do this by myself. I knew my body knew what it needed, and I decided it was time for me to start listening to it. So I paid close attention to how I felt after I ate certain foods. I decided to stop getting, microwavable meals and stop eating out so often. I started meal prepping. And I would make, some jasmine rice or brown rice or sweet potatoes with either some chicken, fish, or some kind of ground beef. I would try to have dark leafy greens. My favorite vegetables are asparagus and green beans. I also started practicing intermittent fasting. While I was, doing this whole journey, I guess you would say, with food, I was still going to the gym and lifting weights, and during this whole process I really fell in love with weightlifting. I put my headphones in and then the world leaves and I would just push myself as hard as I possibly could every day, and every day I try to push harder. I try to go to the gym. If I'm sad, I want to go to the gym. If I'm stressed, I need to go to the gym.
Just hold on. Been to places that I'll never go. Seen some faces that I'll never know. I keep dancing, but it's just for show.